Hello, every folks. Good morning, and well, I think you might be as surprised as I was upon first hearing that, we actually have our first randomizer for the series. And fittingly enough, it's for the already most random game in the series. Now, basically, March the Black Queen already used to randomize about 99% of its items, and you got something different every time, so it kind of had that roguelike thing going for it. However, the randomizer here essentially opens up everything to be completely your oyster, which actually, and as far as that goes, the open map option, it's probably going to be amazing for testing and things like that. But yes, it has the option to open up the map. You can turn off alignment and charisma gains, kind of globally, since you may be fighting some pretty weird loadouts here. And you can randomize your starting army, all enemies, well, almost all enemies. The alignment and charisma of most of the characters, as well as the stat gains that you can get. You can also scale levels. You can scale the number of units, and you can also, shuffle around the number of attacks. And this actually leads to some pretty funny stuff, like you see, like frontline wizards with 3 fireballs in the front row, but then they can only smack with a stick in the back or something like that. So it's pretty good. So far, it's in version 0.3 as of the time it's coming out, so I'm sure there'll be more stuff coming out as it goes, but it does have a pretty good amount of neat stuff going on here. It's definitely more than enough to get a really, really weird run going. So if you wanted to start off with some pumpkin heads or stuff like that... Wait, what? That is a really unfortunate name. Anyway, so that aside, also a really fitting name for a pumpkin head here, over here. Like, for example, in this particular one, we had a bunch of fighters with triple attacks in all rows and things like that. We have knights that are just a straight downgrade. Fairly standard-looking wizards over there. We've got Cerberuses that are Cerberi that apparently have exchanged one of their front row attacks for a back row. One of those crazy wizards and things like that. And by the way, this does open up everything. You can start off with things like vampires and whatnot. And every time that you make one of these, I should mention this is actually a browser-based kind of randomizer, wherein you effectively have a US version of the ROM and you upload it to there, and, then it'll change stuff for you, and then it'll just kind of spit out whatever file you're looking for. So yeah, you can wind up with some really weird stuff. Classes seem to be randomized across the board, though I can't help but notice that in some cases... Actually, wait a minute. Are these technically different types of vampires? I can't help but notice that some of them, like, for example, vampires have 2 different versions. Like, it seems like the casket version might actually be entirely separated from the regular standing version. So that's kind of bizarre. For those that never actually ever got this class even once, which is more than likely, they're supposed to sleep during the day, and they're kind of this casket situation, and then during the night, they pop out and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna eat you." So, all that kind of business. So yeah, stuff is strange all over the dang place with this mod. I've been having a pretty good amount of fun with it on the last day here. You might find some stuff is really weird, like for example, get werewolves with almost no attacks on them, but then get pretty near overpowered worms there, or really strong fighters in this case. I was hoping to find some of those frontline wizards, darn it. I could have sworn there were some in the save file. Oh well, I think Warren might have come with them, but yeah, as far as the open map goes, you can go anywhere. Like, it legit just opens up the entire map. If you feel like going for some of those islands you were never supposed to go for, or anything like that, yeah, you can absolutely just skip straight to any point in the game. This will be awesome for testing. It definitely wouldn't be recommended in terms of where you should go right off the bat. So. Let's go ahead and try to see if we can even take a single city over here. I'm kind of curious what happens. So this kind of adds a whole new meta to speedrunning. Just there we go. Just go jump straight to Rashidi. Why not? But yeah, there's a whole bunch of side content that you may not have ever seen in this game, and you know what? If you don't feel like figuring out all the requirements and all the side quests and things like that, this might just be the your final What final? This might be your opportunity to go explore some of that stuff. Like, I know personally, I gained a lot more appreciation for the original Lucht after One Vision allowed for accessing so much more stuff through a mod there. That it was suddenly like, oh, that's why this was important, or this was important, or why this place was cool. So yeah, this might be your chance to go see some really cool stuff there. Let's see if we can maybe just swarm this map and win it. There's no chance, but I'm curious if they'll even be able to lay a scratch here. Now, personally, I wish this had come out on the PS1 version, but you know, I mean, the SNES is going to be so much easier to make a mod for than the PS1 by miles. So I'll just let them all spread out and do their thing here. So just so you know, if you're wondering about items, they've always been randomized. So, I mean, that's already going to be a thing. As far as alignment and charisma stuff, the main purpose of that particular option, like I was saying earlier, is just to make sure that you're not getting completely dunked on when it came to character builds. So if you're going for something in particular, you know, you can kind of turn that off so that you can custom build them whatever way you wish. Like, let's say you suddenly, you know, you're trying to go build them up to be a paladin or something like that, and then suddenly you run into a case where you're seeing 5 waves of clerics coming in, and they've got no choice but to, well, kind of redo that one scene from Twisted Metal Black with the preacher. So, yeah, something like that. And bear in mind that all things are randomized, like you can see here, including enemies. So that's pretty darn fun. A little bit of a minor edit there, but anyway, yeah. So you can randomize this to your heart's content. Personally, I went for 50% on all of the scaling options. All right. Yeah, this is the Fogel map. This is where you can get your lizard man. Gotta go get him from Lizard Man Heaven. Also, by the way, if you ever wondered where the whole joke of Lizard Man Heaven comes from, it's because March of the Black Queen. There's one lizard man in this game, and he's just hanging out in heaven here. Yeah, I have a feeling these guys might not do so good. Although this does kind of bring to mind an interesting thing that if you ever wanted to see how well underleveled characters hold up, they can actually do quite a bit. A lot better than you'd expect anyway. Like, in many cases, their physical hits may not do very much, but anything that scales weirdly, because there's a bunch of weird stuff like that, you can definitely pull off some interesting stuff. And also, if you never knew, actually I never knew this either until watching some speedruns. Yeah, all these cards actually scale off of your leader's stats. So it is kind of confirmed that your leader is the one throwing those out there. I don't believe this mod actually fixes the weird gender thing with the Dragon Masters, because they were supposed to be a female unit, and then they just got programmed to have junk in this one. Because reasons. I mean, it was basically the first project that they ever did, and they decided to go for something weirdly ambitious, which basically sums up Mitsuno's entire career. Yeah, go make something interesting. Okay, I'm gonna make it too interesting. Yeah, so they're just gonna get completely owned over there because we're about 20 levels behind at this point. But yeah, you may get some very interesting runs coming out of this. I know that after I'm done with my hiatus, got a bunch of work stuff going on right now, so this is literally like the 10 minutes that I have to do this. There should be there's gonna be some runs of this. It's gonna be fun. So you guys have a good one. Take care and go give it a shot. Bye.